Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode here of Wolf Wednesday. As you notice, we are not with the Wolves today, and I think you had a little bit of a heads up on Instagram and here on Facebook. We're going to be having a little bit of fun here on the rooftops in Winter Garden. We're going to be speaking up and speaking nice and loud, so there's a bit more ambient noise than normal, but if you guys can't hear us, please feel free, let us know in the comments down below someplace, and we will be sure to speak up, speak nice and loudly. We are here on the rooftops of Winter Garden, and we're here to speak about the hydroponics and aquaponic farms that are a part of Valencia College. But without further ado, I am going to turn everything around.
Hi everybody. I know that I put a little teaser up on the page about where in the world would Jane and Rob be this Wolf Wednesday. And then I put on the rooftops in downtown Winter Garden. Unfortunately, some of you thought we were going to be bringing the wolves, or at least a wolf or two with us onto the rooftops. Now that would be really cool. And actually at some point a few years back we had some ambassadors we could really get out into the public, and we're hoping to have that again in the future. But today is to show you a little bit about how our community does help us. And we're with Robby Fletcher today, who Rob is going to get on camera, and he is a supervisor for this project through Valencia College, and he's the one with all of the knowledge, so we're going to let him talk a little bit about the program. And he also has with him today, I believe it was
Tatiana.
Tatiana, I am now calling her Tia, which is her new nickname.
I'll accept it.
Tatiana, aka Tia.
We'll go with Tia. Y'all can know me as Tia, it's fine.
And let them go over what they are doing for the community. And I also want to say right up front that we are benefiting from this at In Harmony with Nature. They are graciously donating tilapia and lettuce to us for our animals on property. And it's a win-win situation for both of us, Robbie. So, like Rob said, if you just speak up a little bit and tell everybody about what we have going on here, and hopefully Rob can get a lot of this project on camera also.
Okay. We are here at Green Sky Growers. We're now being run by Valencia. You can check out our Facebook page. We're at Green Sky Growers. But we do a lot of hydroponics. We do a lot of aquaponics. So not everybody may know the difference between those two is going to be that aquaponics you're going to have over here. There's going to be a living element of some sort. So you can have fish, you can have shrimp, crayfish, crabs. As long as the water that they're kept in will support the plants that you're trying to grow up top, it'll work just fine. So just think about regular farming, how farmers will spread manure out onto their fields to fertilize. We do the same thing, except we use the fish manure. So everything that the fish produces goes down through the bottoms of the tank. It comes over to our filtration system, if you want to pan it over here a little bit.
We're in the splash zone.
That stuff all in the back tank. So it goes through those tanks, the larger solids get removed. We have an area where we have beneficial bacteria to help process all of that waste material to produce usable nitrogen for the plants. That water will then get pumped straight up if you want to get the nozzles at the back. You can see the water coming out of there. It's a constant flow, and the plants will draw out whatever nutrients they want, at the same time filtering out a bunch of those nutrients that would otherwise be toxic to the plants. We don't add any extra fertilizer to this water. We don't use any pesticides on our plants here. All that we add to the water is the food for the fish. That's it. We don't have to add anything else. And you can see, we can move down to the side. You can see how big and nice our lettuce gets.
Before we move to lettuce, I'm going to cut in, and Tatiana and I are going to go...
Tia!
We're going to go full mode into tilapia frenzy. Are you ready, Rob?
I'm ready.
And one.
They've already been fed once today. This isn't even...
This is
They're
a
worse.
colder
I like to equate it to any Hollywood movie where you've seen piranhas. Yeah. Exactly the same.
And she also pointed out to me that one of the tilapia, go ahead, I'll let you tell about it.
So we do, because there are so many tilapia, you're gonna get genetic differences, but we have one special one in here. I've named him our unofficial Green Sky mascot. His name is Cliff, and he actually has a little cleft mouth. And when I first got here, he was only this big, and he's huge. He's just...
Can you find him again?
He sometimes, because we were feeding, he'll circle around and he'll come up, but it is the second time that we did feed and he only popped up briefly. Oh, there he is, right here. There's Cliff in the middle. I don't know if you can see his little cleft mouth. He's pretty smart.
He come back.
Yeah, he usually comes around. There he is. There's Cliff. Clifford. This is full name.
So he will never be harvested. We're going to keep him here for as long as we're there.
He's got a lot of Belgian wool.
That's really cool.
Can't give anybody on that.
No, and then we have another one. He's hard to find though. Called Bullmore. It's kind of missing the first part of the trees.
Well, thank you for letting me jump in there, Robbie.
Yeah, no
I know
problem.
you're getting ready to talk about the lettuce.
So I was saying before, we don't have to add any extra fertilizer to this water. The only thing that we do besides add food is we'll change the water out. So just like an aquarium at home, the pH will start to drop really low and it's not good for the fish. So we'll just simply remove some water and replace it with the city water, and that brings it back up to a good level. But you can see we have it done about every week. We'll put up a new 4 trays of lettuce so you can kind of see a progression of week to week. They do look really big if we come all the way down to the end.
And what kind of lettuce is this?
We have several different varieties. We've got a couple of the butter lettuces. So we have a red butter and a green butter. Calendar, they're supposed to do really well with the heat, because obviously we're here in Florida. We get up 90s, 100s every single day in the summertime, so it's not really the best season for lettuce. We also have this other variety. It's an oak leaf variety, so you can see it's shaped differently. They usually get a little bit wider. So we've grown these, the oak leaves in particular, we've grown them up here and in our hydroponic tank, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this is about as big as they're gonna get before we harvest. In the winter time and the fall, we'll let them get much bigger because in the summertime they try to go to flower. So they stop making nice, delicious leaves and they start trying to put off flower stalks. It makes them taste bad. So we have run into a problem of having produce, but nobody that wants to eat it because it tastes bad. And this is where In Harmony with Nature comes in. We're donating a lot of our lettuce now to the animals for them to enjoy, because they're not going to really care about the flavor as much as people would. You can see we have a ton of fish, so our fish are going to be going to help feed. Which animals are the just the wolves, or?
Yeah.
So mostly just the wolves then. But we do donate to a lot of other places too. We donate to local restaurants. Shout out to Mark the Table and the Deli down off of Plant Street. We also donate, yeah, they're really good. We donate also to the Sanford Zoo. They'll take our lettuce, and we also found out that they will take fish if we have it for them. So you can see over here, we have the nice shaped lettuce over here, and then you have these ones that look a little off. They're a little taller. That's called bolting. So that's what it looks like when people aren't going to necessarily want to eat it, but the animals will eat it just fine.
Approximately how long does it take for the lettuce from when you plant to full growth?
When we put the lettuce in, we start everything from seed for the lettuce. It takes about 50 to 60 days, a little bit less now because we are harvesting early. Okay. So probably about 40 to 50 days. So that's what we're doing with the aquaponics. We also do a hydroponic tank. Turn on the fan to release some of that noise. So over here we have hydroponics. So in here there's no animals living within the water. This is all completely fertilizers that I've added. I have to monitor, how much fertilizer is in here, because if we put too much in, it'll be toxic. If we put too little in, the plants will change colors. They won't get the nutrients they want. I have to monitor the pH, because the pH affects how many nutrients are taken up by the plants. We have several different varieties of plant in here. We're gonna have, this is an ornamental basil, so it'll still smell like basil. If you guys want to smell, you can attest to that.
But it's not edible?
But it's not really that great for eating.
It smells great.
It's gonna get a lot of flowers. It's not the best. Yeah, and then we're gonna have mint, We also have dill. We have some cauliflower going. Some of the Thai basil, that is good for eating. Our restaurant downstairs, the Market to Table, we're directly above them actually. Yeah, it's opal basil. They fry it up and they use it. They take a lot of our herbs mostly since we're not able to give them nice good lettuce. Parsley, some chives, and then we've got some Swiss chard back there. But this is really like our two big systems on this side. They both have their pros and cons. So this is what we're doing, but we're really run by Valencia for Valencia. So Valencia acquired this so that way we could help incorporate it into our plant science program, allowing our students to get a hands-on feel for what it's like to be in an aquaponics or a hydroponics facility. Because you can read about it all you want, but until you get in there and get your hands doing everything, you really aren't gonna know. Just like most things with the plant science. You can read a book about it all day, but you're not gonna be able to really know if this is what's for you until you do it. So
Do you see that there's a movement for people locally too to do more hydroponics just on their own? I know that there's the opportunity for people, just somebody like me, to grow their own lettuce.
absolutely. I mean, everyone's getting excited about where their food's coming from now. How local is it? They don't want it shipped across the country anymore. They want to be able to grow something or eat something fresh and local. And honestly, like, these setups are easy to do. I've learned a lot, honestly, from reading books and a lot from YouTube, honestly, like looking up videos, seeing what people do, seeing what works, what doesn't work. And that's really, if you want to get started, see if you're interested in it, I would just search YouTube for hydroponics or aquaponics, and if it's something that you're really interested in, definitely start looking at books. Valencia has just started to offer aquaponics, hydroponics, and aquaculture courses at Valencia towards their degree program for the Associates of Science and the Plant Science and Technology.
We're also the only Central Florida school that offers a horticulture or agricultural degree besides UF. But if you live in the Orlando area, to get to UF is a 2-hour drive to Gainesville. Even though they do have an extension out here in which you could transfer over from UCF or from Valencia into their plant program, Valencia is the only one here locally that offers this type of program. And if you were to take the degree, it also comes with 3 different certificates. So if you don't decide that you want to graduate, you just want to go for the certificate programs, that'll always give you a leg up in the field as well.
This is just a great tie-in for In Harmony with Nature, with everything being so natural, because that's part of our mission also, whether it's dealing with the health issues or illnesses that the animals have. We like to use a holistic approach. The same thing with respecting all of the environment and everything that's living, and how everything ties in together, because we are all in this together, and the more natural we can approach things, then obviously the better that's going to be for not only the animals and the plants and us, but the environment in general. So we appreciate you taking your time today to show us the facility. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Not that I can think of right now. I'm sure that we'll see you guys in the future again. Come by. Maybe we could get one of those ambassador wolves to come over.
That's right. And look, I have a little tomatoes.
This is one of our Everglades tomatoes.
Can I just pop it in?
Yeah, you
my
just
mouth?
pop it in. So this is actually an Everglades tomato. They are naturalized in the Florida environment.
That's really good.
They are pretty delicious. It's too bad that they don't bear enough fruit to just pluck them off and put them on a salad, because they'd be perfect salad toppers. But the Everglades tomato actually naturalized in the Florida environment. They found it out in the swamp. So basically what happened is, like, a little seed escaped from the farm, made its way into the swamp, and was like, I like it here, and just nestled in and did its own thing. But we have some here that we're growing at Green Sky, and I've been keeping my plant here going for a while now.
Well, thank you for letting me have a little sacrifice off your plant, because it was really good.
That's awesome. I never heard of that.
I know. We've
I can
learned
give
a
you a
lot
cutting,
today.
and then you can go stick it in your yard and see how it goes.
That may work. That may work.
Should work.
But we do want to thank you guys, and thank you for letting us up here. And I think that's it for now. So we're going to try and hop over to Instagram and before the storm comes. It won't be quick.
See some
Thank you for
lightning.
joining us, and we'll see you next week.